So, you're thinking about going solar. It's a huge decision, right? And the financing, man, it can feel like a total maze. You see all these different rates, from 4.99% to over 8%, and it's so easy to get lost. In this explainer, we're going to cut right through all that confusion and show you the hidden math of solar finance. Okay, let's just stop and think about that for a second. The cheapest rate usually costs you the most? How does that even work? It sounds like some kind of trick, but honestly, it's the core paradox of solar financing, and we are going to break down exactly how this works. Yeah, this is the paradox, and honestly, it's where a lot of people just get completely overwhelmed when it's time to talk numbers. It feels totally backwards, I get it. But stick with me, because we are about to make it all make sense. And I bet this is what's going through your head. Look, I don't have 30 grand just sitting in the bank, so what are my real options here? You just want to know what's actually best for you, for your home, for your wallet, without some high-pressure sales pitch. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to give you the clean, no-spin breakdown. No agenda, just the facts and the numbers so you can make the right decision for yourself. All right, so let's get into it. What are your options, really? When you boil it all down, there are basically three main paths you can take to finance a solar system. Let's walk through each one, pros and cons and all. And right off the bat, you can see there's a clear favorite. I mean, look at this. About 70% of homeowners who finance their system end up going with a solar loan. It's by far the most popular route. So let's dig into that one first and find out why. So a solar loan, it's pretty much what it sounds like, right? It works a lot like a car loan or, a mortgage. You get a nice, predictable monthly payment. And here's the key part. At the end of it all, you actually own the system on your roof. That ownership piece is huge, and we'll come back to it. Okay, and this is where that crazy paradox we talked about comes into play. You see that super low interest rate, and you think, well, that's a no-brainer. But it often comes with these hefty hidden fees. Some people call them dealer fees, and they get rolled right into your loan. Let me give you a real-world example. Say the system costs $30,000. That 4.99% loan, it might have a $6,000 fee baked in. So now you're not borrowing 30 grand, you're borrowing 36 grand. Meanwhile, the 7.99% loan might have no fee, keeping your loan at the original $30,000. You do the math over 25 years, and that cheaper rate could literally end up costing you thousands more. It's wild. Okay, option number 2. This is the PPA, or Power Purchase Agreement, and its close cousin, the lease. Now, with a PPA, you don't actually own the solar panels. A third-party company comes and puts their system on your roof, and you just pay them for the electricity it makes, usually at a better rate than you're paying the utility company. The best way to wrap your head around this is to think of it like Netflix for solar. Seriously, you're not buying the movie studio, right? You're just paying a monthly fee to watch the movies. It's a service. You're subscribing to clean energy. So what's the trade-off here? Well, with a PPA, you're basically renting. That means it's a super low commitment and it's great for your cash flow right away. But, and this is a big but, you don't get any of the long-term financial upside of owning it. And, it can make things a little more complicated if you decide to sell your house down the road. And that brings us to the third and final path, which is, well, the most straightforward of all, paying with cash. You just buy the whole system up front. No loans, no interest, no monthly payments to anyone. From day one, it's yours, free and clear. This chart really lays it all out, doesn't it? It shows the fundamental trade-off perfectly. A cash purchase? Yeah, that's a big upfront cost, for sure. But look at the lifetime cost. It's way, way lower. Loans and PPAs are the total opposite. They're super easy to get into with little or no money down, but you're going to pay more over the long haul. Okay, so after seeing all that, I know what you're thinking. Just tell me which one is the best. And that is the million-dollar question, right? But the answer? It might surprise you. And it brings us to what I like to call the best option myth. Listen, if you take one thing away from all this, let it be this. There is no universal, one-size-fits-all best option. There just isn't. If anyone ever tells you there is, frankly, they're not being straight with you. What's perfect for your neighbor could be a terrible choice for you. See, the best option is deeply personal. It really just boils down to three things about you. First, your cash flow. What can you afford right now versus what can you afford each month? Second, your timeline. How long are you actually planning on staying in this house? And third, your risk tolerance. Are you comfortable with the responsibilities of owning something, or do you prefer the simplicity of just paying for a service?
So, let's stop chasing the lowest interest rate. It's a distraction. Let's refocus on what really matters. It's time to reframe how we look at this with what I call the real decision formula.
This is the new goal. Forget just the lowest rate or the lowest monthly payment. The real goal is to find the path that gives you the lowest total cost over the entire life of the system, while giving you the flexibility that your actual life demands. That's the winning combo.
So, I'm going to leave you with this question. Instead of asking, what's the cheapest rate I can get, start asking yourself this: what financing math actually fits my future? I promise when you start there, you'll find the right answer for you.